What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
Can't cut it any finer. Nothing will be finer than the taste of Aunt Jemima in the morning. 100 points if you can tell me what that ad was, by the way. Aunt Jemima pancakes. Ladies and gentlemen, no, this is not a TV show. You're watching and you're tuned into the Merv Britto Show. Welcome, 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 everybody, to another beautiful Sunday, sunny Sunday, from this beautiful place that we call home. The best place in the world, and I think that's just my humble opinion. I live here, and I'm blessed because we have people come all over the world to come and vacation here, and then they have to go home. We call it home, the one and only Goa. As we do every week on this show, we've got a cast here a group of people that make this all happen. And as I always do, and always have taught to do, give thanks where absolutely where needed. So, without further ado, to the rest of the Merv Britto Show team, start off with the big fella himself, the one and only Mr. Ajoy Britto.
Hey guys, welcome to another show with Merv Britto. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well.
How you doing, Ajoy? All good?
Doing awesome, yes, thank you.
We couldn't do the show without him, the one and only Mr. Wilbert Cardoza, who's still fixing stuff as we're going live on the air. Willie, God bless you. Thank you for all you do, my brother.
Hello, everyone. Hope you can hear me.
They can absolutely hear you. I hope you're feeling better from last week.
Not really.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my. We don't have the hippopotamus, the rhinoceros in the studio today, so I'm going to skip him, and thank God he's not here to bother me and annoy me.
I thought that was me.
No.
The hippo.
You're the big fella. He's the euphemism, the one and only Mr. Yusuf Mataji. We have a very good smelling, as always, Mr. Neil Rodriguez. How you doing, Neil?
All good. Be good kids, don't do drugs.
You know what? We should have put...
What was that?
Be good kids, don't do drugs.
Be good kids, don't do... A public service announcement from Mr. Neil Rodriguez. And last, and I always say this, but definitely not least. Look, you twist my tongue, sweetie.
What's going on?
My beautiful wife, the wordsmith, my fashion designer, and the hardest working woman in Goa, ladies and gentlemen, Joanne Britto.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your Sunday. Good to be back.
We always cut it to the right to the end,
say so.
and get tongue tied, but we do this, and I do this. If I don't have a mic on me, I'm good to go. If I don't have a mic on me, if I don't have a camera on me, I'm good to go. Put a mic in front of me, and I can't speak. I can't say 2.5 words. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Merv Britto Show, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us, tuning in, and supporting us. We do the show every Sunday live at 6 p.m. It is not edited. It is not recorded. It's not nothing. We do this live on the air, and you can hear the screw-ups and the mess-ups. You can watch them happen. We do the show because we are very passionate about this place we call home. We love this place, Goa, and the show is all about us having a platform, a forum to be able to speak about things that are happening right now, topical events, topical things that are happening right now, but also things that could be happening that could potentially affect us down the road. Mm-hmm. It's to make people aware, Joanne, and make people anywhere in the world get involved, have a say, leave us a comment.
Yep, indeed. I mean, it's nice for us to know that there are people out there, they're responding to the stories, they're giving us feedback, giving us suggestions on how we can take some of these stories a bit further as well. So it's fabulous. So thank you everyone for all your feedback across the week and also during the show. We love that. And we want to act on more of your feedback going forward as well.
So without further ado, we're going to put up our social media links. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a shout out, if you want to say hello to somebody, if you want to wish somebody for a birthday, or if you want to make a comment or let us know something that is happening right now, reach out to us wherever you get your social media. They're on the screen right now. Insta, WhatsApp, X, Facebook, YouTube. And you can check out the Merv Britto Show website, themervbrittoshow.com, and see what we all look like and a little bit about us and previous shows. You want to play catch-up if you've missed a couple of episodes. Check us out, themervbrittoshow.com. You want to send a shout-out to anybody today, anybody's birthday, you want to wish somebody, go for it. I know you always do.
I always do. I think it's just all about my shout-outs. So one of my best friends, Andrea, it's her mum's big birthday celebration this weekend. So unfortunately, because my mum is like kind of holed up at home because her foot's and her legs in a brace, so she couldn't attend the big birthday party. So Lizzie, happy birthday to you. She was one of my mum's bridesmaids when she got married, so she's always been really close to her heart.
And it's her birthday today.
It was her birthday celebration yesterday, and Andrea, who came to stay with us in Goa a few years ago, her and Ben, who love Goa, they were there celebrating her birthday with her. So I hope you all had a brilliant, brilliant time and are continuing the celebrations today.
Oh, party on, baby.
Yeah.
What do you guys do on a birthday in England?
Oh my word, there's so many different ways to do it.
What do you do on a birthday in Goa, man? What do you do?
Birthday bums, smashing cake on the face.
Nah.
No, they don't do that.
Hence
They
the
don't
question.
feed each other cake, but they enjoy to have a few celebratory drinks. I know that.
They'll have to drink. The Brits, they're known to, the Brits and the Irish, they're known to drink. But I don't do that smashing of the cake in the face.
No,
I'm like,
I hate that.
I despise that.
Never like that. Yeah, I don't get that. And also, I know people here like to feed everyone cake. I prefer not to.
It's a traditional thing.
Yeah,
You
but I
gotta
don't
feed.
know whether you've washed your hands or not. So, I prefer to pick up my own cake.
It's very similar. It's a celebration of the day you were born.
Yeah.
So anybody out there celebrating a birthday today, the 16th of October.
No, it's November. Mo.
November.
What's wrong
I'm
with
losing
you?
track of time. I'm just trying to see if you're paying
Also-
attention. You guys are awake.
Also, I wanted to say another one of my best friends, Joe Rogers. It's his birthday tomorrow, so he's like a brother to me.
Max and Joe.
Max and Joe, love him
The
to
big
bits.
fella.
It was his son Luke's wedding. Luke and Claire got married in Ireland over the summer, so it was fab to spend time with all of them. And obviously my beautiful goddaughter Hannah. And also I just wanted to send a huge, huge hug to one of my great friends, Lindsay, who lives in Go, but she's over in the UK. I just think she deserves a hug, and I just want to send her lots of love.
What are you trying to save money on postage, mate?
Well,
How about dropping them a goddamn
I
mail?
drop people messages all the time.
Shout
It's
outs.
just-
I love 'em.
It's just nice to let people know you're thinking of them and you're stretching hands across the waters and sending out big hugs.
But that's the good thing about it.
Yeah. So, Merv, I wanted to ask you, what if our viewers want to give out shout-outs? What do they do?
You know what, Joy? I'm so glad you said that. I probably forgot. I went through all the social media pages.
What's going on?
No, he went through all the social media handles, and I forgot to mention, if you want to get in touch with us, give us a call, a shout out, a video call. The number is 7507-246-246. It's very simple. It's not complicated. You can get on WhatsApp with us, send us a message. You can get on a video call, or even just call us, an audio call, 7507-246-246.
Even if you want to profess your love to somebody, our show is the best place to do it.
But you know what? That's a cool thing. I'm glad you said that, because this show, we actually broadcast the show at 6 o'clock from Goa for a reason. You can get in touch with us anywhere from North America all the way to the southeast of Australia.
That's
Catch
right.
all the time zone, New Zealand in between, all the places around the world. It's just about an okay time to tune in, watch, or be able to wish somebody or contact somebody and send them a shout out. Tell them, I was thinking about you, I love you, I miss you, happy birthday, whatever that may be.
Yes, absolutely.
Lots going on the show. We do the show, as I said. I'm not well, by the way. If I cough during the show, excuse me, or if Willie coughs like he always does anyway. I want to say, I got to tell you this really quickly before we jump into the show.
Dropping like flies, you lot.
I know, dude. We've got such. I want to see Dr. Lloyd, my favorite Dr. Lloyd, and I've been to see him many more times than I'd like to admit, because although I think I'm a horse, like I've got the toughness of a horse, sweetie, you don't get sick as much as I do.
No, exactly. And I know that you always used to say that your mum, she was as strong as an ox.
She was.
I'm vying for that title now.
Okay. What I'm saying, the reason
Shame on you, Merv. The Brit is beating us at our own game.
in India.
Come on, man. What's going on here?
I went to see Dr. Lloyd in his office, and I met Nadia, his wife, his beautiful wife, who's a dentist there. That's her building. And I was sitting and chatting to her before I went in there, and she's so sweet. She's so genuine. And she's like nuts about fragrances, right? So I was mentioning to her, last time I went there, the office smelled so good. And I was like, Dr. Lloyd, what is this? And he said, he pulled it off the wall, and he gave me a picture, some wallflower, whatever it is. And then I got started talking to Nadia this time, and I was telling her last time I came, I couldn't find it online. And she was explaining to me about Bed, Bath & Beyond, or whatever, something. What is it called here?
Bathworks, I think.
Bath and Body Works.
Oh, Body Works, yeah. Okay.
And by the way, that's her favorite thing. She's got drawers full of all the scents. So she was so sweet. We had a conversation. We were getting into Aisha, what's her name? Ralph's wife is supposedly.
Oh, she makes all of those.
She's got a bunch of stuff that I've never even heard about. Shame on Ralph, by the way. It was so funny because we got into the conversation and led into body odor and hygiene. And I know it's a strange topic, but we need to do a show about that, Ajoy. It's an awkward, it's a strange topic, but people that know about it should be telling people, colleagues, friends, whatever. We were so conscious when we went to the States, and my Aunt Agnes told us in 1984, listen, when you go to school here, people are going to make fun of you because of the way you look, the way you sound, and equally the way you smell. And I was telling Nadia about it, and she was like, yeah, you know what? I said, I work in an office full of people, and these are the conversations, the awkward conversations that you just have to have. We've done it, sweetie.
We've had to do that. I did a training course when I was at the BBC, and you basically have to just lead in and get on with it. You have to just say, this is just as awkward for me as it is for you, but I've just got to let you know, actually, there's a bit of an aroma around you, and maybe you want to look at your deodorant.
And I think you're doing somebody a favor, Ajoy.
Definitely, and I think it is a big problem here in corporate India. I remember when I was in Bangalore, I had a friend who was hired by one of the biggest defense contractors. They make missiles for the American army and the Israeli army and all of that. And those guys had a wing or a department that were hired by another big, huge MNC to train their top executives how to use a fork and spoon. How to...
Bernard did that, though.
I'm
he
not
did
kidding
that with
you.
Mahindra, no?
My cousin Bernard did that. Bernard did cost when he was in the States.
I never have that problem.
You've
would
never
know
had
that. No, you always smell
Neil
very
always smells
fragrant.
good. The thing about it is, Neil, it's a conversation in the States, and I've grown up in the States. I've spent many, many years. And our Indians, and it's not only Indians, it's people from all of these cultures that eat.
Just are not aware of it, unfortunately.
They're clean and all, but some people reuse clothes. They don't know about deodorant and stuff, and that's the conversation. And it was so funny, and she's such a sweetheart. And she had to have this conversation with somebody, and we were laughing. I told her how you've had that conversation.
Yes.
But guys, if you're out there, do somebody a favor. It's not in a mean way or a bad way. You've got to have, it's an awkward conversation, but at the end of the day, you're actually doing that person a favor.
Correct.
If you're able to say it in a very nice, polite way, listen, this is how it is, this is deodorant, blah, blah, blah. You might not think, you might not know, but as a friend, I'm telling you.
But for a while, we actually had deodorant. We were handing it out.
Oh my God, in the office. She's a sweetheart.
wow.
Dr. Nadia, big shout out to you. Tell me about it.
What a space to work in, man. I might as well join.
Oh, their office, I'm telling you, Dr. Lloyd's office always smells lovely. He's always got something in there, and it smells great. I've got to go there. Unfortunately, I hate to go there because I'm always sick.
I know, but you don't mind running to Dr. Lloyd just to say hello, though,
I
do
do.
you?
I do. They're great people. Okay, listen, we're going to get into the show today. We've got a lot to talk about. Big stuff, small stuff happening here in India and all around the world.
Yeah.
What's on the list, JB?
Okay.
Talk to me, Daddy-o.
Obviously, a huge story this week was the Delhi bomb blast, which is obviously horrendous. Really, really
What the
sad.
F is going on here? What is happening? Why?
Monday evening during rush hour traffic near the Red Fort. I know last week we were talking about Goa actually introducing the National Security Act within Goa to take people into preventative detention and things like that.
Holy shit.
Obviously, there's been a lot. This has been a really fast moving case, but this was really horrific because, as I say, it was just before 7 o'clock, I believe, and this
Look at that poor guy.
car
dude.
came to a standstill, and I mean, just reading about it, it's absolutely horrendous. And unfortunately, by Friday, actually 13 people had actually died. So it's just totally horrific. And I know that there's just been...
Do they know who perpetrators are?
There's a lot that, I mean, Ajoy,
Speculation.
jump in. Obviously, I've also got a couple of things that I want to mention around it. But Ajoy, jump in.
So basically, there was a cell based out of Kashmir, and shockingly, they were all comprised of doctors, from what allegedly all doctors, and part of the whole Kashmir issue, of course. And yes, they had caught these guys before the first blast in Delhi, but except one guy, and the one guy is the one who actually was involved in this blast in Delhi.
What is I don't get it. Obviously it's dangerous and people lose their lives and it's the ultimate. But what I'm saying to you is this only basically to get somebody's attention? You set off a bomb in a country's capital. Obviously you're trying to get attention, right? But if these guys, we've got an intelligence service, I'm sure they have suspects on the radar, they're tracking these guys. These guys were doctors from Kashmir?
Yes. So there's it's a well-known fact that Jammu and Kashmir has been a hotbed for separatism and extremism since 1947, independence of India. So I think recently the politics have swung in favor of India, geopolitics, wherein the Kashmir issue was probably not being mentioned as much. So terrorism is used as a form to bring attention to your cause.
Why does that headline say money dispute? What does that got to do with money?
So apparently there was some kind of a dispute between these doctors, which didn't lead to the bomb blast per se, but they had a kind of a dispute over money. And it goes to show that they're all human. They have these same issues.
Dude, that's crazy.
But
that's ridiculous.
Yes, and now we know why. In about a week ago, we had done a discussion on the NSA Act being implemented in Goa. We saw the cops out for a night only. That's what I saw at least. And it must have been with regards to this, because just before the NSA Act was implemented in Goa, these guys were caught, or at least a few of them, except the guy who blew the car off in Delhi. These guys were caught. So I guess that's the reason why the NSA Act was implemented in Goa about a week ago.
A couple of people have been. I saw a piece on Walter. Walter put out a social media reel, and he's talking about you guys got to get your act together and get people registered, which is so true. You've got a lot of outsiders that are coming here, and they make the registration process very difficult to get these guys registered.
What do you mean? You mean police registrations we're talking about? Is that something that Walter's talking about? Police registrations for people who are living and working in certain states?
Yes, so
migrants.
One thing you can do to help the police, I know this for a fact, is that you have to do tenant verification.
Yeah.
Even if you're having a construction site, for example.
Yeah.
Make sure, push the developer to get all the labor and the workforce to do a tenant verification. This is actually mandated by law, and even a landlord could be liable for legally liable if they don't do this. So make sure, I think we could do our bit by ensuring that this gets done, so that the police are aware of who's in our area.
Yeah.
And could help them, yes.
Yeah, because we do that all the time.
We've
got our team members, haven't we?
We've got a lot of migrant labor
registered with the police.
That we have to take them to the police. Well, we don't take them, but we get all their IDs and everything verified by the police. They charge you money. What I was saying about Walter's reel was the fact that if you don't know who's in your city, in a tourist destination like Goa, something like this is bound to bite you in the ass. Yeah. And you make it so hard to do when you've got to submit forms in like 4 copies of every form, photographs, blah, blah, blah. It makes it difficult. Keep people in charge that need to make sure these verifications are happening. You know who's in your state. Everybody's welcome. We'd love to have you here. If you're here working or you're here living, we need to know who you are. If you've got a history, all Walter was saying is just make the process easier. Keep somebody in the police stations to register and just verify these things, and share the information police station, state to state. Because this is hitting the fan, and if you've got a blast that happened in Delhi, Goa's prime for the taking. It's ripe for the taking. God help us if it ever happens here. It would make such a huge news piece because you've got people from all over the world.
I think one thing which goes in our favor, and I think should be applied throughout the country, is ensure that we are united. Trust me,
Yeah.
that is the biggest weapon against any form of or any entity trying to divide us. Is our unity. Let us not have any religion come between us. The more we are cohesive as a country, as a people, we can defeat anything, and you'll find that these attacks will lessen.
I don't think there's more of a unity issue anymore. I don't think that as actually is the case right now, because us Indians as a unit, we're very, very proud. We're very, very united. These people are trying to divide us, and it's usually on the lines of religion.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not nationality. It's the religion thing that they always try.
Yes.
But we've got more sense here in India as Muslims, as Sikhs, as Catholics, as Hindus, as everybody else. We're not falling for that shit. All I'm saying to you is you've got smart people out there if they can manage what's going on here. You've got so many strange outsiders, and they're all welcome. We love to have you here. You've just got to be able to not only know who is walking around your state, your city, your whatever, but you've also got to be able to share information. If somebody knows something about somebody,
Of course, you have to be able to
it
share
makes
that.
sense to be able to share that information across borders. No?
Absolutely. And what they're essentially saying that unofficially, the Indian investigators are actually saying that they're continuing to investigate an interstate and transnational terror module. And so they'd been targeted by the police just a few days before the explosion. But I don't know whether you'd also heard, like an adjunct to this particular story, is that there was a huge arms explosion at a police station in Kashmir. So I believe that a lot of these explosives were going to be taken for testing.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it blew up and it's killed so many police officers. It is about 27 police officers.
Yeah,
have
I think
actually
that could have been
died.
avoided. I don't know. I think that was a big mess up because
Horrendous.
essentially what they caught from this terrorist group was a huge load of ammonia nitrate. Now ammonia nitrate was basically the element that blasted in Beirut. Do you remember the Beirut explosion?
Yes.
So apparently there was a huge amount of ammonium nitrate, which blew up in the shipping harbor.
Yeah,
and it was
that's right.
imported apparently by Hezbollah at that time for their what do you call militant activity.
Yeah.
So in a similar case, this is what's happened here. This material which was recovered from this terrorist group from Delhi or wherever in India was, I don't know why it was taken to Kashmir of all places for assessment, but clearly it was mishandled and led to the loss of unnecessary lives.
But these guys have a dangerous job. What these guys do is not easy. These guys are putting their lives on the line every day. And this was a mishap. This is exactly what an accident is. It is sad. It is scary because they've got to risk their lives to keep us safe. And that's why we salute these kind of people, and we really deserve them. We owe them a huge debt of gratitude for what they do. Gratitude, they do this job every day, guys. So it's not an easy job, and they've got this sad thing. This is not going to help the pollution, by the way. In Delhi, they're talking about all of this stuff happening with the pollution levels and all this kind of stuff. All of these things that are happening in your capital city, I'm surprised there's not more being done. We spoke about China and how China has cut back and China's offered to help India.
Offering a helping hand to India,
Terrorism is one thing, and they've got their hands full there. But it's such a mess in Delhi, and it's sad because a lot of people come here, they move to Goa because they're so fed up with the pollution and what's going on over there. They want to move here.
So basically, that's a real unfortunate byproduct of this terrorist attack. Of course, apart from the loss of lives, which is really, really unfortunate. And we pray for those who have lost their lives and their families. But before this, there was a very important campaign against air pollution, especially in Delhi and in North India. It's actually quite a big problem here in North India. And there was some really, really ingenious ways of protesting. As you can see from these visuals here.
Who's this? Is she going to tell you how?
Yeah, she's
Put
basically.
on, put the volume. Click
Gates, they were protesting for air pollution, but that has not stopped this protest. They started at the India Gate. The police said the protests are not allowed at the India Gate, so they've now moved here to the Kartavya Path. You can see hundreds of protesters are still protesting here. One such protester with me, sir. आपको डर नहीं लगता कि आप भी detain हो जाएंगे?
मैडम
You know what? They've got every reason to. This is your city. To know fault of your own. Why is this continuing to happen? This is your health. This is your children's health, for goodness sake.
Merv, you know what the irony is?
What?
Yes, we
Excuse
lost
me.
what with the blast that happened in Kashmir and before that in Delhi.
Actually, it was 9
about
police
30,
officers
maybe
killed.
25, 30 people. Can you imagine how many people are dying from
Pollution.
air pollution in this country? It will far exceed the blast.
Yeah,
It's kind of hidden, isn't it?
But that we're talking about apples and oranges. We're talking about terrorism and we're talking about pollution, two separate things. So let's not. I agree with you 100%. During Corona, you know how many people were dying of the virus, right?
Exactly.
Do you know how many people die of the virus of these cold, flu, and cough viruses every year? It's many. It's big numbers. We started off this about the NSA Act and how bad it's gotten, and these poor people are losing their lives, and there was a detonation and all these kind of things happening. We're talking about apples and oranges. These guys are protesting the filthy air that they've got to breathe and live in. That is ridiculous. But where or how or when does this change?
So see, 17 lakh Indians died. 9.5% of the GDP lost in 1 year due to air pollution.
Wow.
That is, can you imagine?
That's
And sadly, this got whitewashed because of the blast, but this is still an important.
It got overlooked, right?
Yes, it got overlooked, and it's still an important part. In fact, it affects Goans. You know how? Because now we see a lot of migration, especially of the wealthy Indian from Delhi to Goa, and we are seeing a lot of construction here, leading to a lot of more pollution, changing a Goa into another Delhi, and you have people like Jonty Rhodes now, for example, who says. Grateful to be living in Goa. South African cricket legend Jonty Rhodes says Delhi air hard to digest. So they're moving to Goa.
Yeah, and he's living in a small fishing village, he said, in South Goa.
Yeah.
Can I tell you you just tickled something about me that I said I'd mention. We'll never be another Delhi, by the way. We're on the coast.
You think?
Delhi's a landlocked state.
Merv.
Baba, if you're burning crops, which we do here, pollution, factories, commercial establishments, industrial estates, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you've got to have some brains. But being on the coast with the ocean air, the breeze and all, it's never going to be as bad. But you still got to take it seriously. People come here from all over the world. This is a tourist destination. You've got to keep your wits about you and make sure that you don't let it get to that. No.
But
it's bad enough.
In the morning, if you were to travel across the Mandovi River, you'll see a lot of haze that I've never seen as growing up as a kid.
Is that haze or fog?
It's fog, whatever, but it's not a clean air for sure. So things are changing here in Goa, and not for the better. There's a lot of dust pollution.
I agree with you.
It's especially when there's a lot of real estate development. In Singapore, if you have a truck that's going into a place where there's construction, they wash the tires before you are allowed to go onto the roads. And same thing with the coal. You have to cover the coal that is being transported. You have to cover in this case, you have to cover the mud or the debris. We don't have any of those kind of practices. So
it's a joke, dude, because that comes back to the big E.
I was going to say, though,
the big E. Anybody tell me? I don't have
education.
No, sweetie.
Environment.
No. Enforcement. Find the shit out of these guys. Fine. You know how much money you could make if you really enforce these rules and laws? If you're supposed to wet a load before it goes out of a construction site or clean the tires, every time you catch it happening, fine them.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hint, Goa
10 lakh.
traffic police, hint.
Yeah.
Hint to the Goa traffic police.
Oh my God, I'm actually siding with the traffic police for a change.
No, you're not.
But it has to be enforced. Why should you be allowed to carry out illegal activities without any checks and balances? You've got these people in charge and power. These guys are worried about 5 rupees for a helmet, 500 rupees or 5,000. Listen, these are in the lakhs you should be finding construction sites for breaking these rules and laws, burning garbage or whatever. You've got to enforce it.
But also the coal we've been talking about the last few weeks as well, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Mo.
Hold on. Coal is black. The color of coal is black.
We know that, but also we've actually got one of our
1 second.
listeners, no?
So I have a question for Merv. Where do you think, in terms of biodiversity richness, the Western Ghats lies in the world?
Biodiversity.
Yeah. In terms of ranking, where does the Western Ghat rank in terms of its richness in biodiversity?
Excuse me, I'm coughing. You know what? I'm going to apologize for doing this in advance. I've got a really bad cough.
Is it within the top 10?
That's it.
I'm going to say Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's losing.
No, but he said in the world.
Yeah,
In the world, I'm saying the world. Come on.
Top 5.
Top 5, you're very close. We are 7th in the list.
Wow.
And you know what? It pains me to know that there's an effort now. There seems to be an effort to destroy chunks of that biodiverse area. And even people from outside Goa, non-Goans like the famous actress Kalki.
Who?
The famous actress Kalki, as you can see here.
Kalki.
She.
Who's Kalki?
Can
she
you
Indian?
turn the volume up on this, Merv,
Sorry.
so that we can hear her what she says.
Is the 7th most biodiverse environment in the entire world. We're literally like one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. So yeah, look around you. Biodiversity. Let's keep it that way.
Who the hell is this Kalki?
Rare
Here's
endangered species. Over 1,000 rare and endangered species within the Ghats. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's amazing. And Kalki is a well-known Bollywood actress, and she stays in Goa, by the way, I believe.
Does she? Good choice.
Yes.
She's got good.
Most of these guys are staying in Goa now.
I wonder why.
And imagine we are ready to destroy our Goa for a quick buck here and there.
It's a shame. It's
when
you're
this is all
selling.
happening around us.
You're
Yes.
selling your soul to the devil. But let me tell you, the first line of this, by the way, I'm reading the top, and it says makanan plastic. In Malaysia, that's in Bahasa Melayu, that means eat plastic. Makan is eat. But she's spot on, dude. I mean, it's nice that she would lend her. Yeah.
Makanan no, makan naka plastic. Makanan tu.
Makan. Oh, sorry. Well, whatever.
Makan naka.
I don't
Are-
want plastic.
Kite re.
No, but I'm saying makan. When I read it fast, makan, M-A-K-A-N, makan
Are
is
baba
eat plastic.
susega dorme tuka.
I don't mind looking at Kalki. It sounds almost
you're
like
distracted by
Kalchi.
Kalki, that's-
I thought of Kalchi Kodi when I saw that name across, dude. Kalchi.
Taka kalchi kolidi.
You know what? Can you tell me? I'll give you 100 points, John. I'll give you 1,000 points if you can tell me what Kalchi Kodi means, by the way.
It's leftover curry, isn't it, from the day before?
You cheater. You big cheater. I owe you
Yes,
1,000.
how long do you
Fist
think
bump,
I've
fist
been
bump,
living
fist
here?
bump.
Boom. She knew that.
No, earlier she said it is Sungta Chikodi.
Sunta dusre aare. Ami going rata
Yeah, but-
Kalchi Kodi. That's what I thought it was. By the way, I didn't even know she's an actress, and I don't even know she's living here. But I salute you, Kalki, for the fact is that you're lending your voice and your prominence for something
Yeah,
that is
your
very
celebrity.
important.
And
Your
they're
celebrity
saying
status.
raising the profile of getting a plastic-free Goa, which is obviously what we are all aiming for.
It is very important that these people actually do their bit. It's nice to be a celebrity, but use your fame and power to do something good for the environment. You want to live here, do something about it. Awesome.
Yeah,
We're going to get into more stuff that's happening here in Goa, and it's happening right now. What happened today, or happened yesterday with the cutting of the fiber optic cables, ladies and gentlemen, is it's starting once again.
This is a topic.
Yes, Mo.
that's,
So
hits
this is
us
right up
very
your alley.
closely.
This is right up my. I'm glad you said alley. I heard you say this is right up your alley. Electricity department cuts on unauthorized internet cables in Santa Cruz over unpaid dues. This is an absolute joke. Can I? And I'm going to weigh in on this. And before I weigh in on this, ladies and gentlemen, I am a member of the Association of the All Goa Internet Service Providers. We are
Association, AGISPA, and you're the president, Mr. Prez.
I am the president. I just want to put it out there, and I don't want. This is not a conflict of interest, and we're not doing it for any other reason that I want to make people know about this before I speak. I am very passionate about this, and the internet is a essential service after electricity, water, and a couple of other things. The internet's right up there for health, for safety, for communication, emergency services. Yes, this is an absolute travesty. What's going on? It's happened a couple of months ago, and it's happening again.
It's kind of been like a lull for almost a year in a way, and now it's kind of reared its
So
head.
members of the AGISPA, which I am the president of, we try as much as possible to follow the rules to make sure that the cables that we tie, that we string on the poles, or we put underground, are legally they're complied, but we have to submit paperwork and documentation and pay. To this day, we have never had a function. In the whole of India, we are the only state that does not have a functional portal where you can legally register and get a challan or whatever, bill to do what you need to do legally by the books, by the law. There's the ROW, the Right-of-Way Policy 2024 that stipulates this. It's functional everywhere else in the country and not in Goa. So the electricity department keeps saying they want their pound of flesh. We want to be paid because you're using the furniture, the street furniture as they call it. You need to pay for that. How do we pay? Where do we pay? How much do we pay? It's in court. This is sub judice right now. We took them to court because according to the central government, these rules and laws are implemented. They have to be implemented here. You can't just go and start cutting cables.
But they disbanded the last portal because it wasn't even launched
GSIC
here in
portal.
Goa.
But now they've got another portal here, which we're trying to register. There's so many problems we've had. We've gone to our nodal agency, the people that we report to, the DOIT in Panjim, and we've explained to them, listen, we want to be compliant, we want to follow the rules, we want to register, and we want to pay whatever's due, right? Make sure it works, get us registered, we're doing what we need to do. We want to be compliant.
So
don't keep threatening us and cutting the cables because supposedly you haven't paid. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, so I've got a few questions more.
Hello.
So you're saying that there is a portal that is pan-India,
Yeah.
which allows you to register a business, an internet service provider business, and when you can pay your fee and start that business. But it's not implemented here in Goa?
No,
Why?
it was supposed to be up and running by the 31st of December last year in all states in Goa.
Okay.
However, it was not launched in Goa. They had some technical issues. It wasn't launched here in Goa. So we had to resubmit permissions to two separate departments, just literally printing out copies of documentation. And now, maybe, was it about May, June time? Goa launched its own portal, but still there's been some teething problems with that.
Problem
on
with it is-
on paper, you're not you're not being recognized as an internet service provider because you don't
Legal,
have.
yeah, they keep saying illegal. It's
Yeah.
not illegal.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, there are three sides to every story. There's my side, your side, and the truth. There's a gentleman named Kashinath Shetty that goes out and cuts the cables, right? He's enforcing the rules for the electricity department. He's doing his job. From our side, recently this came to light because there was a gentleman on a bike with his son, and they supposedly got tangled and had an accident and fell. And this was brought to the forefront and stuff like that. My heartfelt prayers and thoughts go out to this gentleman who got injured, the kid. This is an accident and exactly what it is. Why can they not find the internet service provider whose cables were illegally tied or not tied properly that caused this accident?
Or was it cable operators?
But nobody knows. So Mr. Shetty is going around there cutting the cables, right? Why don't they find out whose cables were illegally tied or they're improperly tied and caused this gentleman's accident? There have to be rules and laws that have to be abided by and followed. He's doing his job. I don't have anything against him.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the electricity department. My point of contention is, as the president of the association, is why are we all getting painted with this brush when we're trying to follow the rules set by the nodal agency that we report to, which is the DOIT?
Yeah.
We want to. We've got on the portal. We've registered, blah, 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 blah. But there are a couple of teething problems. We're sorting them out. We're registering. We want to pay our fees. But these guys keep us in limbo.
Correct. Yeah.
Merv, I got a few questions for you.
Ask me.
See, what are the rules pertaining to how you string an internet cable across?
Ajoy, before I get to answering your question, can I just tell you this?
Sure.
These guys got supposedly in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, got tangled in the cable and had a fall, yes?
Yes.
My prayers and thoughts and whatever. They got injured, and I'm not happy about that. But that's why it's called an accident.
Yes.
Are you going to shut down all the roads because somebody hit a pothole and fell over?
Of course not.
There are liability reasons. There are reasons. These kind of things can happen. You're going to get hurt. I understand there are problems that need to be solved. Are the internet service providers innocent? No, they're not. There are some illegal operators that need to be fined and shut down. Is the government okay with cutting the cables? No, they're not either. So there's two sides to every story. There's a fine and balance. But what you're asking me, we have rules and laws that we are made to abide by,
Yes.
where we string cables a certain way, we put cables underground a certain way. We have to follow the rules.
Yes.
Underground too, yes. The PWD gets involved and they make it very difficult. Guys, you cannot answer and report to 5 agencies. We report to the DOIT, but there's the electricity department, there's other government agencies like the PWD and all these other agencies that try and step in and want their pound of flesh.
But also the individual
How do you appease
panchayats,
everybody?
right?
Sorry.
But there's also the individual panchayats. They're saying, okay, notification, we're opening up some underground cabling channels. Please come and sort out your cabling and stuff like that.
That's locally. Forget about this.
separate
We
things.
first have to report. Okay, can I make it very clear that to be able to provide internet and the services and as an ISP, you've got to have a government-issued license. Without a license, without an ISP license, whether it's Class A, B, C, a VNO, virtual network operator, or a cable operator, or even they have people that are considered agents, local cable operators. For example, BSNL can't cover the whole of Goa. They'll have local operators.
Yeah.
excuse me, you've got to be legal first. Enforce the law, make sure that the people that have these licenses are able to pay their fees, pay their dues, and operate legally. You can't keep people in limbo for the rest of their lives and keep threatening to cut cables. And when one accident happens, you shut the cables, or you cut the cables and shut down the internet for the whole of Goa. There are people studying, there are kids studying for exams. There's old people that need these services that do not have telecommunication services. They don't have mobile signals.
They need it for the education
Of course, Ajoy.
And there's so many uses for the internet. It should be ubiquitous. Everybody is needing it. Everybody is using it.
Yes.
But also, there's multiple government agencies that are getting revenue from us on a monthly and quarterly basis.
Yes.
GST, as well as the
AGR. You pay so much in taxes.
The Department of Telecom.
So how can you turn around and say we're illegal?
No, exactly. And it's teamwork in this case. You have your internet service providers and you have the government, and they should be working together. Right?
That's the point we're trying to make. Yes, let's work together. Let's work in a way that you get paid your pound of flesh for us using your poles. We're happy to do it. Let us provide our services. They cut these cables on a random basis because the electricity department in some taluka is doing some work. They'll come and cut the cables. They're not supposed to. It's illegal. The right-of-way policies absolutely very crystal clearly stipulate that if you're going to do any work and cut cables, they need to be informed in advance. Yeah. I understand emergencies will happen and things have to be done on the spur of the moment. This is happening every day. And you know what? There are certain powers that be. There are certain people in power that are supposed to be fixing this.
Yes.
We approached the CM, and he was very good about it. He got it resolved and stuff. But now it's happening again. Where is the DOIT, the power minister, the
IT minister,
all these people, they should collaborate as government.
And solve this issue.
They're the bosses up there, guys. Let's work together.
Yes.
Like we were just talking about communicating about people registering outside people here in Goa.
Yeah.
Supply that information to all police departments around the country. So if somebody's done something wrong and they've moved to Goa, you can catch them when they register them here, right? Why aren't these government agencies sharing that same information about these ISPs and the electricity department, the IT department, and the power minister, whatever, all these different government agencies? Make it ubiquitous. Listen, these are the rules they have to follow. Let them pay these taxes. Issue them a license. If they are illegal, absolutely fine them. I'm not saying we're all saints.
Yep.
I'm sure we make mistakes. There's a lot of us that don't follow the rules. But that's where the enforcement comes in. So you can't cut the cables for everybody and paint us all with the same brush.
This is very similar to the situation that we have between the water department and the PWD, wherein one arm doesn't know what the other one is doing.
No, they don't.
Right? So, these guys are claiming that, the cables where this accident happened were illegal. Why are they saying that it's illegal? What are the reasons that they're giving you guys?
They've used every excuse in the book. The cables are tied too low. The cables are tied too high. The cables are sagging, blah, blah, blah. Listen, again, I'm using this guy's name. His name is Shoutout Wishes. He's been around for a while. I am a fan of his. I'm not afraid to say I'm a fan of his. He's a tough guy. He's out there and doing his job. And I've told him, this is him.
Right?
Put him on. Look at that mess, dude. So he's spot on. He's absolutely right? So he's doing his job. I'm not against him. I just don't want to be. I don't even supply my services in that area in Santa Cruz, in Panjim. We're not even involved there. All we've said many times, and he's actually one of the good guys because he listens to us when we speak.
Yep.
We've said to him, why don't you find the people that are breaking the rules? Don't penalize all of us. You find out whose cable was tied illegally, why they were tied low, why are there so many cables on the pole, people paying to use my electricity, they call it street furniture. Mr. Shetty, you cannot paint us all with the same brush. You have to do your job. You've got a job to do. I totally understand. We've got a job to do. We've got citizens of Goa that need internet. And if we've got ISP license issued by the central government, we follow the rules, we pay our taxes, we do what we're supposed to be doing, why are we getting the blame and being penalized for a couple of rogue operators or people that are doing wrong? And we get the bad name. You know what? People are switching to Geo and Airtel and all these other guys because they provide these services that don't require fiber.
Fiber.
They're not as good. They're not as good as FTTH. What we do.
Definitely.
But we're losing business. You're helping these outsiders come in here and take money off my table from the mom and pop operators, these small time Goan operators that are working our asses off to provide internet connections. You're pushing our customers away to take it from somebody outside, from somebody else.
And this industry employs a lot of people. I know that for a fact. And one more question for you on this topic, Mo.
Sang.
Where can the general public find information about these rules and guidelines with regards to these cable installations, etc.? We as the public demand to know where it is.
It is very difficult. It's hard enough for us as ISPs to get the right information and be compliant, which we have tried. There's a lot of ISPs. There are a lot of cable operators that are operating. Initially, they were doing cable, and now they're providing fiber optic connections, whatever. The government has to make the rules crystal clear and hold these people responsible. If I've given you a time frame, you've got a month to register, and if you don't register, fine them. Take away their license. Cut their cables. I totally understand the government has a tough job, but work together with us. Don't work against us. We want to provide a service to our customers. We want to be the best at that service. By the way, the company that I own and that Joanne and I own and that affords us to do the show is Infinite. We provide internet connectivity only in the Taluka of Bardez. We've got a great team downstairs that work our tails off to make sure that our customers are happy. We do this with a pride to make sure that we minimize interruptions to our customers. We charge them a fee to be able to deliver internet. We don't want these unnecessary interruptions, and sometimes customers don't understand that. Why do I have a cable cut again? And it's like, dude, it costs me money. I've got to send out teams to fix this, right? Absolutely. So the cable companies, the LCOs, the ISPs have a hard enough time as it is. Don't make our jobs harder. Absolutely. Make our jobs easier. We need to work together with the government and the governmental departments. Let's make sure that we're doing our jobs. At the end of the day, we're here to serve the public, the people, just like the police, the politicians, and even us internet service providers. We're here to do a job.
You know, Merv, before we go on to the next topic, as a tax-paying citizen of this country and of this state, I demand that the government should formulate rules and guidelines where all parties concerned have to adhere to a certain standard, where these kind of things don't happen.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot be leaving it up in the air. And I think, the entire go, if you're listening to me, I think you would agree with me on this. We deserve better when it comes to these things.
It does, because basically it's ultimately the customer who's actually being affected and adversely affected, which is really unfortunate. And the thing is, it's really, really hard when you have to explain that to customers when these kind of outages happen, which are not in our control.
We have that happen all the time, Joe. Yeah. You were in the office with me every day in our team, by the way. A shout out to our team, the Infinite Warriors. Guys, they work really. I love you guys. And I couldn't do what we do. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. You work your tails off. But they get the brunt of this.
Yeah, of course.
They've got to answer the call to irate customers. Why is my internet? I was in the middle of a Zoom call. I'm in the middle of a business meeting.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of whatever I'm doing, and your internet's going off again. We don't disrupt your connectivity by choice. This is something that we have to spend money to fix. We try our best, and we just want to work with the government, with these agencies, to make it a seamless, a better process. So the person at the end of the line who's using the internet, the customers and the residents of Goa, have a better understanding and a better appreciation for the service we provide.
Yes, this leads into the next topic that we're going to discuss, wherein Navelim residents urge speedy completion of underground cabling amid frequent power outages. Now, this is a cabling issue again, albeit of electricity. Yeah. This also, I think, has similar ramifications. I wanted to actually speak to the people of Navelim from this show, that you should learn from people in Dona Paula, wherein I stay in a colony called La Marvel Colony, which is close to the governor's residence. And
Fancy mare.
fancy na more, I mean, Dr. Muniz.
Are you looking for some fans to come and hang out? Around
No,
there?
no,
you're
I'm
giving it a
looking
shout
for-
out.
I want people to learn. I want people to learn from the mistakes made in our colony.
Great.
When I think ours was the first colony that they implemented on a trial basis is underground cabling, and you won't believe it. So we went through hell to install these underground cabling and sewer lines as well, right? And it was promised that to us that all the electricity would now run through the underground cabling, the lighting, everything. So and the contractor was not a Goan contractor. It was a non-Goan contractor from some God knows what place, state had come and got the contract, did the work, and I kid you not, within 6 months, the street lights, for example, are on a timer. And basically it switches on the lights in the morning, switches off the lights in the morning, and switches them on at a
Okay, we
appropriate
got the
time.
point. What happens? So, get us
So
get
that
to the
the
meat.
thing stopped working.
Okay.
All right, and the contractor
Disappeared.
buggered off.
Wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the last. It's happened so many
Disappeared.
times. Okay.
And the lights are on 24/7 now. One.
Ajoy.
Number two, wait.
Challe begging
Wait,
kar
Rari,
mare.
Rari, Rari.
Teen waracha
Rari,
story
kile re,
mare.
Baba? I'm trying to give them some advice here. You are
The
killing.
lights going off?
You-
No. In the morning, the lights come on.
Yes.
No, the lights went off. In
Yes,
the
yes, I'm doing all
Okay,
of the
Baba,
reading
sorry.
here. Anyways, apart from that, the lights started not working. So now these guys have started cabling it from the top like the old style.
overhead again. Yeah.
Dear God.
Can you imagine this? So what's the point? What's
Ajoy.
the point, man?
We could. I'm sure you got a bunch of people out there. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. This is the Merv Britto Show, and if you've got any comments, you want to leave us a comment, a like, a share, a subscribe, or tell us what the hell you're thinking, and you want to be involved in these conversations. We'd love to hear from you. Get on social media and leave us any information you'd like us to read out, which we've had. I can see them popping in right now. Go on, tell me.
I just wanted to ask, can you speak as fast as you did during the last segment? Because you were so animated.
Yeah, but I'm so passionate
It was
about this, Joanne.
Speedy Gonzalez.
And no, I am. I'm very, very passionate about this. This is the Navelim MLA, right?
Yeah.
Due to
Yeah.
approval. Can I just tell you, Ajo, I love the fact that you're sharing about what happened in Donapala. These guys are going to have similar something happen. But here again, it comes back to one word. It starts with E. I'm going to tattoo it right here on my big
Enforcement.
enforcement. So if your guy from Lar Marvel did your job and you paid him, he didn't do it for free, did he?
No.
Why is he not being held responsible? Why aren't the government authorities that hired this contract to do the work not held responsible? Just like the Ethernet or the internet service providers that tie the cable illegally that caused the accident. Why are people not being held responsible? And if you're going to do a job, you do it properly as per the specifications. You've got very smart engineers that give you specific specifications for how a job has to be carried out.
Yeah.
Every step of the way, they're going to check and make sure the enforce that these specifications are being met before the job is complete and you're being paid. Once the job is complete, they want to make sure before they pay you the last final amount, they've tested and made sure everything's working. There has to be a warranty with it, right?
Yeah.
In 6 months, you're telling me that all the underground work stopped working and nobody's been held responsible.
I swear, man. If anybody wants to check this, come with me to my colony. You'll see it for yourself.
But this is, Joy, I love the fact that you're bringing this up, but this is not the first and it won't be the last. This continues to happen. And here again, I'm saying to you, the government needs to be held responsible. You're using taxpayer money. We're trusting. We're happy to pay. We pay a shitload of money in tax. I pay a lot of money in tax every month, and I'm happy. That is my civic duty. But I want to make sure they've got smart people in place that are going to spend that money wisely. And if something goes wrong, they're going to hold the people that they paid responsible. Right? Fix the lights. Now you've gone from putting overhead to underground, and now it's not working underground. You're going back to overhead.
Yeah.
The people in Navelim, I hope you all have a little bit more sense, and your guys are enforcing what's happening, and they do a better job.
Do you know how much this underground cabling project is costing?
Tell me.
I think it's going to be at least
In the
1,000
crores,
crores,
right?
1,000 crores.
89
crores.
crore.
Wow.
89 crore, and basically they're aiming to complete it before the next monsoon. And apparently it's covering 4 of the 5 villages in the area because they're just facing constant problems with electricity outages, which is
But that's
horrendous.
happening here, Joanne. That was happening
Yeah.
here. They've dug up the road 100 times.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question. I'm very passionate about it here again. It's not about how to do a job. but you've got very smart people that plan when the job is to be done. You put out tenders. You've got people, the companies that bid on these tenders, right? If you do a job once, it's not a job that's being done for the next year or the next 2 years. These are long-term contracts, like building a bridge. It has to be maintained going forward. If you're building underground chambers for electricity, which has happened here in the north, they dig up the roads every couple of months. Why? Can they not have a structural, an electrical, whatever engineer design chambering underground that lasts for life? They do it all over the world. And you can put your internet cables, you put your water, you put your electricity, you put your plumbing, you put your sewage, you put everything in these cables. Do it one time.
Yeah.
And then once you pave the roads, if you pay proper money from our taxes, the money we spend before it gets siphoned into somebody's pocket, if you pay your money and the road is done properly, you don't have to worry about digging up the fucking roads every goddamn time you want to do some work. And it's a joke. And I'm passionate, I'm annoyed, I'm irritated.
Absolutely.
Because we keep doing, we're clowns, we're morons. You know, because we keep doing it.
Governance and contract, assignment in India for government works, they use a mantra. Have you heard of this mantra? Build it and forget it.
Well,
It's more emphasis on
forget it.
More emphasis on forget it after you build it.
We're a laughing
and
stock.
then they'll come. It's like not really that, is it?
Yeah,
It's
you know what,
working
Merv,
against that.
It's horrible. I know I'll speak on behalf of where we stay. We had given a prime piece of land, which is the open space of the colony, for connecting a sewage pump for the underground sewage system. And we had given a good chunk of land for this purpose. And they've built a pump. And there's somebody who's come and built illegally, encroached on that bloody pump.
Oh.
And the government is not doing anything about it.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm the president of my colony, okay? And I know this for a fact. I've asked the guys, I've provided them subdivision maps, survey plans. They don't give a damn.
Ajoy, without beating a dead horse, what's the word that I keep talking about?
Enforcement. How many presidents are we in the midst of at the moment as well?
What's the use? What's this all about? Tell me.
No, it's all
Taliban.
This is all related to it.
Speak about it. Tell me.
But I just wanted to just say, because essentially...
I'm so annoyed. I get really aggravated.
In this particular locality, so the Navelim ZP member, Mr. Cardoso, is essentially saying people want to make sure that they actually have the basic amenities. So they want power, water, roads, the basic necessities. They're not wanting us to give them money or special benefits. They just want to be able to have the basics, to be able to live their lives and go about their business, which is absolutely right, because I was really shocked to see that the parish priest in the area of Our Lady of the Rosary Church, Father Gabriel, he was saying that he was spending 18,000 per week to run a diesel generator because of all of the power outages.
Unbelievable.
But these are
terrible.
And guess what? Hey, we are what's that saying? That we are completely connected with electricity. We are what is that saying? The government says
self-sufficient.
No, there's a word they say. Nare. You know when they
always konkani marto.
Where one is to do with the defecation free.
Defecation
that
free.
Is one. I'm talking with regard to electricity. What is that? Yeah, we are 100% electricity connected, and here you're talking about places where they have to use generators. Unbelievable, man.
But this
and
is
also
why
the priest is encouraging them to do solar panels as well, for people to actually get solar panels installed, and he's basically thanking the linesmen because of the risk that they
absolutely
that they take every day to attend to any power issues, and they're absolutely right, because that is a dangerous.
It's a dangerous job, dude. They do this every day. We do a dangerous job with the internet because we've got to climb on the power line.
Yeah.
And it's not a joke. But Ajoy, in 2025, can I keep on beating a dead horse about the fact that nothing's going to change until you have the enforcement, right? Whether it's pollution, whether it's coal, whether it's electricity department, whether it's fiber optic cables being cut, whether it's shacks being made to follow rules. If you can't enforce the laws, you can have all the rules and laws in the world.
Yeah.
But if they're not being enforced, Joanne, what's the use? To begin with, right?
It's pointless. It's not worth the paper it's written on.
All I'm saying, I'm telling the Navelim residents. Baba, you've been warned now by me. by
Ajoy
Mob.
सांगलं मला तुका सांग.
Yes, the Mob Britto show has warned you now about what kind of contractors you're going to be dealing with. Ayaram, Gayaram. That's
I
all.
want to talk about something a little bit better, some positive. We've talked about enough of this shit. I'm so frustrated about what we've talked about right now. Let's talk about something positive. Can we talk about something positive?
Here you go.
Okay.
Talk to me, baby.
Absolutely.
I love this place. It's not all Debbie Downer. Just love it. We're passionate about it. Give me something
So
good.
this should be some good progress. So there's been a landmark move to enhance transparency for land decisions in Goa. So the State Information Commission, the Goa State Information Commission has ordered both North and South Goa district collectors to publish all the details of all land conversions, i.e. the Sanads, online. So essentially it's been very, very difficult for people to kind of understand what the kind of rules and the different uses for the land have been over the years. And they're saying, don't actually ask people to put in RTI applications. Just publish this information online so
I think
that
that's
people
brilliant.
can understand and see what's going on.
I think that's brilliant. We spoke to Joanna Perez.
Yeah.
And very similar stuff. Listen, in this day and age when you've got the internet, you've got dedicated websites, you want to be made. That's another thing Walter kept telling them. The other day I said about Walter Lobo's reel, and he said just put it online. Why do we need to send 4 copies of every piece of paper with 4 photographs and all this bullshit? Why don't they register online and share this information? What this guy's saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to go and file physical FIRs. You should have this information available online. You can see who's doing what, who's right, who's wrong, who's legal, who's illegal, right?
Yeah. So the collectors have to upload this information within 2 days.
Brilliant. Who's
And
this?
then
Who's enforcing this?
The GSIC has directed that all this information for any granted Sanad has to be uploaded within 2 days of the decision. And then they've got compliance reports that they must submit within 45 days. Because everybody knows there's a complete runaround when everybody's got some kind of property transaction going on. Everybody's scrabbling around for pieces of paper that get lost and all this, that and the other. It's complete nonsense.
I want to say to Mr. Arvind Kumar Nair, the order issued by State Chief Information Commissioner, Mr. Arvind Kumar Nair, a round of applause to you, mate. For reinventing the wheel. No, I'm saying I'm not being funny. I'm saying he's done that. Listen, he's finally made it something that is so you would think so straightforward, but he's implementing it. He's enforcing it. And I think it's brilliant.
But the commission's noted that the High Court of Bombay and the Supreme Court had actually previously told that these kind of permissions should already be published,
online. That's what I'm saying, right?
Published by the authorities. But now this is like a third jurisdiction that's kind of come into the mix. So you would hope that this is really going to now start happening, because this case within South Goa, but it's got to be across North and South Goa.
So, but you know what? This should have been done a long time ago.
Absolutely.
There is a consistent effort by different governments to water down the RTI Act, to ensure that information is not publicly available. And why stop at land only Sanads? Put any government-related document, any contract, any what you call agreements, etc., for building roads, for building the what you call bridges.
Yeah.
Anything.
In 2025,
online.
In
Absolutely.
2025, you should
all
not
of
be
the
using
planning, of
paper in triplicate. In court, they still have paper and carbon paper and all. Guys, get a life. Ajoy, sorry, I'm interrupting. Go on.
Yeah, but you know why they want that, right?
Why?
Because they want you to jump through hoops to get information.
And they want to keep you in limbo.
They want to keep you in limbo.
The file got lost.
Yeah, the file got lost. You know, they want to do that so that they can do their danda.
Kita danda re?
Danda.
Kasla danda?
Ganda danda.
Dirty work. I like ganda danda.
Ganda danda. So that is why they want to do these things.
Ajoy. Excuse me again. I'm just saying to you, this is ridiculous, and we need to make these changes. I'm glad finally Mr. Nair is finally enforcing it. Should have been done many eons ago. But in 2025, we should be online. Everything should be online. Spend your money, spend your focus, do the job, do it once, but do it right.
Absolutely.
Do not reinvent the wheel. Okay, any more positive stuff we can talk about?
No.
Can we talk about what? What is this?
Yeah, you know what? It's a positive, but in light of this accident, I think it's also very, very important.
Yeah, who had an accident?
If everybody knows that there was a horrific accident that happened 2 days ago on Chogam Road, as you can see, because a tourist was driving very rashly, probably in a drunken state.
Well, it's alleged that they were.
Yeah,
Potentially,
allegedly.
but who knows?
I hope they're okay. We hope
Clearly,
they're okay.
this is a major accident.
Another
that-
rent-a-car, yeah? These fucking rent-a-cars. These are all rental cars.
It was only minor injuries,
But
thankfully.
that looks really
Thankfully.
bad, dude.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
But
I'm
look at the
glad- I
state
hope
of
they're
the
okay.
car.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very similar, what do you call, visuals of the accident. But there was an important, what do you call, Supreme Court ruling.
What about?
With regards to roads.
Get it.
I'll just bring it on. Bring it on right now. So
My head looks bigger than usual, man. My forehead
Really?
looks massive.
Really?
Am I getting? Does my?
I
my
think your
hairline-
headphones are quite far back.
Are
I
they
think
far back?
maybe
Yes,
that's
sweetie.
why. I don't
That's all I
know.
got.
You're just
I'm
trying to
allergic to
show
it.
off your shiny forehead.
Sorry, Ajoy. Go on. Talk
so
to me.
in light of the dangerous roads, not only in Goa is pretty bad, as we know. Nobody's giving a damn about who's dying and how many times they're dying
Deadly highways.
during the month. The Supreme Court has issued a very important directive.
Yeah.
The Honorable Supreme Court has taken suo motu cognizance of rising highway accidents, appointing senior advocate Atmaram Nadkarni as amicus curiae and issuing notices to National Highway Authority of India, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, and 6 states, which includes us, urging the states to intervene in the matter before the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Basically, asking them to do something about the horrific accidents that are happening and taking innocent
that's brilliant.
lives.
I think that's
Why does it take a Supreme Court to do this? Well, it's common
It
sense, man.
shouldn't do. They're basically. I mean, I didn't know what this suo motu cognizance meant, so I googled it, and it's basically saying on its own motion. So it's essentially of your own accord. Why don't you just get on and make these changes?
But But that's exactly what he's saying, no, Joe.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You know, you shouldn't need the Supreme Court to point it out. And they're saying, one of the most deadly areas is in Bamballi, near the GMC
Yeah.
hospital. I mean, I think, Ajoy, you were mentioned there was an
It was a
horrific
horrific accident.
accident
Two
last
people-
week before.
But
Terrible.
you would figure that people with brains that run this government would realize there is an absolute death trap over there. Is that why they built the hospital there? No, I shouldn't be joking.
You have a point.
dude, but why?
But even
I'm not
when you're
kidding about it.
leaving
Just being
when you're
fucking
leaving the
ridiculous.
hospital,
No.
to
Joanne,
just even filter into that lane when there's fast-moving traffic.
Joanne,
it's
whether it's
ridiculous.
traffic rules, it's safety. Is this Nadkarni?
No, this I think is
Yeah, go on, Ray.
this is the. I can't hear him. One
I can
second.
hear him return.
सुप्रीम कोर्टान गोयचे सुपुत्र आणि सुप्रीम कोर्टाचे सिनियर एडवोकेट आत्माराम बाब नाडकर्णी हांकां एमिकस क्युरी म्हणून अपॉइंट केले आणि तांच्यांनी 6 स्टेटींक नोटीसी धाडल्यो तशेंच नॅशनल हायवे ऑथॉरिटी आणि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रोड ट्रान्सपोर्ट एंड हायवेज हांकांय नोटीसीस सर्व केल्यो आणि तांकां तांचो रिपोर्ट इमिजिएटली फायल करपाक जाय.
It's crazy, guys. You shouldn't need to be told to do this. That's what you're in power, and you're the ruling government. You need to be doing on your own accord. You don't need to be told to do this. We're so full of all these stories that we talk about this every week about the things that are happening. But I'm glad at least they're taking positive steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I refuse to believe there's any politics in this, because I know that this impacts each and every one of us Goans, whether you're any religion, whatever, caste, blah, blah, blah.
You still bleed the same.
Yes. So make sure, put pressure on your politicians and on your government, on any government, whoever it may be. Make sure that they get this right. Make sure that there are rules put in place so that we have safer roads, guys. It's for you and for me.
They need to, so safer roads, better quality roads, roads that last a little bit longer. They don't get paved every couple of weeks with a coating of butter. What they call Kadamba. But I mean, these are all rental cars. These guys need to crack down on.
Yeah.
This is a tourist destination, guys.
Otherwise, you're going to
We've
have
got
issues like
taxi
this. Can you imagine
services.
what happened here?
Yeah,
Mo?
get that, eh?
So basically, in steel bars crashed onto a moving bus at Dabolim airport. There's some construction happening
What?
there, and the steel bars have fallen on
On the bus?
on a bus. Thankfully, nobody has got injured.
How did that happen? What do you mean steel bars fall? What, somebody threw them on them?
No,
No,
they
no.
became loose.
Basically,
Yeah, there's
there's a construction. I think this is a flyover being constructed in Dabolim, right? And
That's a new bus, too.
it's a new bus.
Electric.
Thankfully, it's a bus. It could have been a two-wheeler.
Yeah, they said it was a bundle of the TMT bars slipped from the structure and then landed on the roof of the
But
bus.
this is an accident, guys. Should we shut down all the buses? Should we shut down all the highways?
No, but
You've
we-
cut all the cables on the internet service providers because one guy tripped over and fell and hurt himself. Should we
don't
shut
make
the
like
goddamn highways down?
No, Mo.
Bon
We
koriya
should-
mare, I mean.
We should stop the
Tolle.
construction.
No,
Stop the construction. Bon kor.
Are you missing the point, Remore?
I'm making a
What
joke.
what I'm trying to say is we should have better standards of safety.
Absolutely. We talk about
You're
that.
right.
I can assure you can do statistics if you have any statistics on these kind of issues in this country.
I want a button on this goddamn P8. Whenever I press it, it yells enforcement.
Yes, all right, we'll create that.
Can we create that for me, please?
Yes.
I want a button that says enforcement, because if your rules, your safety rules and standards were being followed, these goddamn bars would not have fallen on this bus and potentially killed somebody. Yeah. One life is too many to lose.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the locals are saying that there needs to be more stringent safety protocols.
Why couldn't it fall on an old bus today? Why it fell on a new electric bus, Maria? Okay, I'm not gonna harp on this. It happened. It's an accident. Thank God nobody was killed. But they need to learn from this and make sure it doesn't happen where they do lose a life.
Yeah.
Merv, you said enforcement.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
can you believe, according to the news, allegedly, there is a traffic constable that was issued marching orders to move to another place in Goa, and this guy defied.
He's supposed to go to.
Yeah, and this guy refuses to go. He's kicked his boots up in.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny, dude. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. 8 months later, traffic constable continues to defy transfer. I think it's funny, but it's not funny.
Just because he Valentine's Day was supposed to leave.
Maybe his Valentine is in Panjim. That's why.
But how can this be allowed to happen? You're the guys that are absolutely upholding the law, and we're laughing about it. You're the people that are in charge of upholding and maintaining law and order in the state, and you're not following the rules.
So let me read this. A constable attached with the traffic cell in Panjim is in an alleged defiant mood, as despite a formal transfer order, he continues to be posted in the capital. In Goa is the media outlet in Goa is in possession of a copy of the transfer order, which clearly states that he was transferred on 10th February this year to Kalangut police jurisdiction. But 8 months later, he continues to defy his superiors. Wow. You know why?
That's another sound effect. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Whenever I want to say enforcement, I'm going to press this button.
But I'll tell you what, you press this button a few more times. Why? Because I'll tell you why he stuck around. What? He was there he was given the transfer orders on 10th February, but 14th February was Valentine's Day. His Valentine was in Panjim. He didn't want to move. And now he's waiting for the next Valentine's Day.
I'm going to keep pressing this button because it irritates me. It aggravates me. We laugh about this. But if you're a tourist, if you're a citizen that is having to follow rules and get fined if you don't, how can you be a government servant, a public servant, and disobey your superiors? Can I turn around as an ISP and tell the central government, screw you, I'm not paying my taxes this month?
Well, no, and I was just looking at a lot of people's responses on social media, and they're basically saying things like, he must have a godfather behind him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so defiant. And why is his salary not being suspended for disobedience? I mean, it's quite unbelievable. It's just absolutely crazy. It just doesn't seem to make any sense. It's a really strange story, and I don't understand why the enforcement is just not happening.
It should be something we take more serious. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not making light of a situation. I firmly believe that this is something that needs to be made an example of. If somebody in the highest that we hold in respect, right?
Police
we should be respecting our police, right?
Yeah.
You can't even enforce it within your own police department. Yeah. Something is wrong, something's right. Okay, let's move on. I like this button, by the way. Listen to this. Boom. Boom. That's my new enforcement. Yeah, whenever I press that button, I'm talking about enforcement. Okay, next story.
Essentially, we're talking about things that maybe are not quite legal. Apparently, within Goa, there are 3,000 illegal rent-a-cars across the state, which is seems like it's just absolutely crazy.
Can I press the button now or you want me to wait?
We're talking about enforcement and all of the rules and regs we have to jump through as ISPs.
Why are there
What's going on with the rent-a-car
Sweetie,
business?
say that again. Say that again.
I'm saying what's going on with all the enforcement.
Before that,
rules and regulations for us ISPs, all the hoops we have to jump through. What is going on with the hire car business? Why are they not having to jump through the same kind of hoops to make sure they can operate their businesses legally?
It shouldn't be allowed, guys. It should not be allowed. Listen, you're flaunting the rules. You're knowingly breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And it is not being enforced. So why should I stop? I can bribe somebody and I'll make 3 times that on revenue in the next tourist season.
You know, Merv, this one is on the Goan public.
Why?
You are blaming the taxi drivers this, taxi
I didn't
drivers
say
that.
I didn't mention
no.
taxi
No,
drivers.
you. I'm talking about the Goan public at large.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant me, mate.
Nari.
I was about to jump over this counter.
Okay.
I was about to show you my.
No.
Sorry.
Don't show me that, please. Okay, listen. The Goan public. How are you allowing this? I'm sure many of you guys have got these 3,000 cars that are illegal. You know what? That's giving credence to what the taxi is doing in terms of trying to mafiaize the entire taxi industry. You're taking away from the taxi guys and preventing us from finding a solution when it comes to the taxi issue.
Ajoy Barreto, the taxi. I don't want to call them mafia.
No,
but
I was
taxi.
going to say
They
that
are
they're
mafia,
saying,
mate.
no, but I was going to say they're saying that a lot of the taxis are being converted into rental cars. So how is that happening? How does that work?
Well,
Joanne, Ajoy. Can I tell you, the taxi lobby is one of the strongest in Go. They've never been able to infiltrate or break them up and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of Goa Miles, by the way.
I love Goan.
I have a lot of friends of mine that are taxi operators. I love you guys, but I think it's a capitalist business that if you provide a good service and you're following the rules, and once again, there is enforcement that to make sure you're not cheating people, you should be allowed to ply your trade and operate a taxi. In the same breath, why is Goa Mods as a company that's following the rules not being able to succeed? You've got Goa Mods crosses 300. 300? Are you kidding me? It's a joke. Why not 3,000?
It's a start. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, that if you are not registered with the government as a taxi business, you have no right to rent your car illegally. And I know there are a lot, this is true. I've seen a lot of tourists driving in cars that have black and white number plates, which means that people are illegally renting their cars out.
Ajoy.
And by doing that, you're preventing a solution to the Goa taxi problem, man.
What's my favorite word, Ajoy?
Enforcement,
Thank
baby.
you, sir. So don't penalize the ones of us that are trying to follow the rules. Why are rental cars being allowed to be illegally rented to so many people and causing these accidents, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying to you is everybody that wants to be in a business has to follow specific rules. Right? Right? Am I saying something? I'm not saying anything controversial. I'm not pissing anybody. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Mr. Neil, this is not a classroom. You do not have to raise your hand, but I'd love you to say something.
He just wants to be heard.
Get on the mic, dude. Okay,
Sam. I have a question.
How
do you differentiate between a tourist renting a car and someone borrowing someone's car?
If
the police stops them, how would you do?
You've got these rules being applied all around the world. You've got to have a legally rentable car that passes all the compliances.
Well, press that button. Enforcement.
Yeah, but no, Ajoy, he's got a question. He's got a good question, right? Why are you reinventing the wheel? We talk about this every week. Do what's being done around the world. You've got companies that have licenses issued to them that can have legally rent a car to a person that wants to rent it for an hour, a day, a month, whatever the case may be, right? And only those people can rent cars to tourists.
Yep.
Tourists, on the other hand, have to meet certain criteria to be able to rent the car. They've got to have insurance, driver, valid license, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But this has to be enforced. If you get caught with a black and white plate, 1 lakh fine.
Yes. I was going to say though, because
1 lakh fine.
But you don't have the huge rent-a-car businesses that you have globally.
Sweetie, you're a tourist generation.
I'm a tourist. I was coming for years as a tourist, but I never knew how you could possibly rent a car. I just didn't know it was even possible. I know people used to lend out their bikes and stuff like that.
On a small scale.
Because nobody really knew how you could even rent a car.
Because, can I tell you the root of the problem? I'll solve this problem right now. The taxis are ripping them off and they're fed up of paying. If you had taxis like in Thailand and all over the world in Europe that run by meters and that rule is enforced, you wouldn't need to buy cheaper versions to rent cars when you're 5, 6, 7 people because you can't afford to go in these cars that are charging. The vans will charge you 2, 3, 4 times what it's supposed to be if you went by the meter, right? So you're encouraging the problem, but you're not enforcing the rules and laws. This should not be the case. Next topic. I feel like a judge, dude. Give me a gavel. Okay, what are we doing? So, too many illegal rental cars, too many accidents. We need to fix the roads. Next, can we talk about something fun?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about something
fun. Can we talk about women?
Right?
Let's talk about some chicks.
No.
Okay. No, I'll talk about 2 chicks on a bike. They're more like guys, actually.
I was going to say there are no chicks. There are 2 blokes.
Yeah, so
2 blokes, Frankie.
Yeah, so there are 2 Goan riders enter India Book of Records with 2,879 kilometer ride, EV ride, say the two Goans, Frankie Fernandez from Asolda, Kepe, and Justin Fernandez from Shandor, have entered the India Book of Records after completing a 2,879-kilometer electric scooter ride across South India.
Yeah, so it was Goa to Velankarni, it was saying, wasn't it? And I can't pronounce the other
Yes.
places.
Right. Riding an Ather EV, the duo traveled from
Dhanushkodi.
Goa to Velankarni.
Kanyakumari and Kerala.
Dhanushkodi, Kanyakumari in Kerala.
Foreigner Marathu, okay? Anik Fasang, what is that? What is that?
Dhanushkodi.
Dhanushkodi, fish kodi. There's again Kachikodi Mare.
Fish curry rice, did you say?
But sorry, well done, you guys. Who is this? Frankie Fernandez and Justin Fernandez.
Justin.
Great. I don't really think is that big a deal if I rode from here to Kanyakumari and back in an EV?
On an EV bike, no?
Electric vehicle.
Whatever. They're promoting sustainable travel, right?
Which is
No,
really
good for them. Give them their kudos. Well done.
I'll tell you what, though. The next record that needs to be broken
Is?
is this one in Goa. Come on.
No, they want to get in the Limpa Book of Records and the Asian Book of Records
Oh
as well
my
with their
God! Are
next
you
journey.
fucking kidding me?
No,
Is
no,
this what we've come to?
Get this
Man
off.
breaks the
Boo.
Guinness
Merv.
Book of. Joanne,
Listen,
yeah, baby.
either you break this record or somebody out there breaks
No
this
way.
record. Man breaks Guinness World Record with 40-second fart blast. Turn that volume up, man. We got to
You're
get
really going to make me play this?
What had he been eating? Do you know?
This fucker needs to wipe. No, I don't want to play this anymore. Shut up. You got to be joking. Are you kidding me? 40 seconds.
You got to break this record, man. Come on,
There's
please.
no way, dude. I
Where's
fart
he
all the
from?
time.
Where's the guy from?
A man has officially broken the Guinness World Record after releasing a continuous fart that lasted an incredible 40 seconds.
We heard it. I heard it just now.
Yeah, earning him global recognition. I think he's from South America, if I'm not mistaken.
No, look at the logo. It's
Good, eh?
whatever got talent.
Whatever. It is a girl. I actually checked this on Google.
country, I don't
Google
know.
says this is real, so I'll go with Google.
I can't believe we're talking about that. I couldn't care less. I mean, 40 seconds is a long time. I can barely fart for like 3 seconds. And if I try, like Mark, when he farts too hard,
Whatever. We'll get a
Why are
competition
you
going.
always throwing someone else under the bus? What's wrong with you?
We're going to get a competition going between you and
He
Mark.
always asks me,
Somebody's got to break this record
when he
for
tries
Goa.
to
Come
fart
on.
longer than 3 seconds, he says, do farts have lumps? Sorry, I shouldn't.
Oh, Merv. That's horrid.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
That's horrid.
All right, get on to something better. Get on,
Okay,
God
well,
damn it.
no, this is not even better.
What is it?
Apparently, there's a Goa job scam case, which is something I wasn't really aware of before.
Scam.
Yeah.
Not in Goa.
Yes.
Tell me it ain't so.
So there's an accused lady called Pooja Naik who's embroiled in this case. And there's been some really serious allegations that she's actually being pointing towards a minister and senior government officials. But there seems to be a lot of public skepticism around, how this inquiry would be carried out. So they're actually looking for sort of an independent judicial inquiry because this lady's out on bail, but she's really pointing fingers at people in some really high places. So,
I don't know enough about this. Enlighten me. I'm just seeing Pramod Sawant on the screen. Give us some time. Action will follow. She's been in trouble for something, and she says there's people behind her.
So basically, she has alleged that, she's the kingpin, or queenpin, I think. Let me read this.
What's this?
Chief
No,
Minister
no.
Pramod Sawant on Sunday said that he directed police officials to file a fresh FIR based on recent allegations made by multi-crore job scam accused Pooja Naik. She has alleged that a minister, an IS officer, and a PWD engineer were involved in the job scam. So
Why
basically,
the fuck are you showing me John T. Rhodes' picture, man?
he's just in the
So
middle
cut
of
that
the
out.
video.
Scroll it down
You
further.
can't-
My
you
God.
can't cut it out.
Okay,
it's in
well,
the middle
scroll
of
it
the
down.
article.
John T., if you're involved in this goddamn scam, I will find your house, I will hunt you down, and I will come to you and get my money back for this job scam.
No, just go and ask him if you can have tea with him in the fishing village.
so this is
I think that's so cool, by the way. Sorry, let's get back. This is serious. Yeah, so she got caught.
So basically, this is a common fact. Everybody knows that if you want to get a government job, you have to pay some money to the who's who to get a job. And it's not cheap, right? So I don't think there's definitely something to it. There's no smoke without fire. And I think this Pooja has ruffled a lot of political feathers in terms of, the people involved. And apparently, the government of Goa has appointed somebody within the government to look into this case, which raises questions about whether it's going to be really, really fact-finding.
I don't believe anything will happen, mate. You know what happened with Ramakant Gunkar? That's still going on, right?
Yes.
she's going to point fingers at some higher ups, some senior people, some politicians, mate, this case will quietly go away into the night.
Well, that's why they're
I hope
asking
they
for
bring it
a
to light.
judicial inquiry about the whole thing.
I hope so. All right, next.
And people are kind of denying that she ever worked with them or was
Demands an
involved.
investigation that spares no one. But you know what? That's the thing. If you genuinely want to stop these things from happening, get to the root of the problem. Figure out who's caused or who's done the bad stuff, and fine them, punish them. It comes back down to enforcement.
But
This-
apparently she kind of revealed a lot of these names about a year
Yeah,
ago.
then they should be punished, Joanne.
Yeah, I know, but
If you've done
obviously
something wrong,
it's
what's he
not
going to say?
happening.
What is Vijay Sardis? I say
So
Slam's
he's-
coming over. What?
He says that it's clear now that the probe into the cash for job scam by Goa police is an eyewash. Accused Pooja Naik revealed names a year ago, yet they are missing from the charge sheet. Is that true? Allegedly, maybe so.
I believe that this is an issue, but I have absolutely zero faith in our judicial system that this probe will get properly investigated and resolved and solved, and the right people that had committed this crime will be brought to justice. Because these are kind of things that happen here and go, and higher up and big figures and big names are involved. They magically disappear, or they get wiped. People all of a sudden forget, they can't remember, and they don't want to talk anymore. So I do hope they get to the root of this problem, and they make people's names available to the public. They get punished and they get fined. They do just enforce the law. That's all we're asking. Nothing more, nothing less. Enforce the law. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Merv Britto Show. We do this every week. We've got a couple of more topics that we're going to talk about. I am so tired of talking about all the negative stuff. Can we have something more fun? Something that's going to boost my. I'm still not well. Me and Willie are still fucking coughing, man. I'm sorry. Don't mean to
Do
be
you want a
rude.
bit of alcohol in your system? Maybe?
Yeah, let's talk about alcohol, chicks, booze, sex, drugs, and no.
Okay.
What do we got? Talk to me.
Definitely have a story which is linked to alcohol. Do you know Ricardo D'Souza?
Ricky D'Souza.
Yeah.
Tito's Ricky?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, he's
I know
one of the
fucking
owners
Ricky.
of the.
God damn, he's getting old. Ricky?
Hey, we're all getting old, Merv.
I know, Ricky, but that's why you should shake
He's
your
not
head.
bald though.
He's not bald. Ricky, screw
He's
you,
still
Joy.
styling his hair. Good for him.
Hello, I'm taking up for Ricky.
Tito's owner, Ricardo D'Souza, was spotted in Mumbai with celebrity friend Badshah, sparking speculation about new developments for the brand. So Ricky and David are the two owners, the brothers that own Tito's, that have. I take my hats off to them because they did such a brilliant job taking over from their parents many years ago, and they worked a thriving, small, tiny little mom and pop business into this global entity, and they've done very well. So kudos to them. I don't know who the hell Badshah is. So.
Badshah is
He's
a
a rap star.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Is he?
he's a well-known Bollywood rap star.
Okay.
And what do you think they're up to? Are they just friends? Do you think they're up to coming up to with a new
Maybe
business plan?
probably a new
for
tie-up.
Tito's? What do you think it is?
Probably a new tie-up for some brand or something.
But
They've got
he's
Tito's
got a vodka
everywhere.
brand, though, this guy, hasn't
Tito's
he?
vodka?
Badshah has also got a vodka brand.
So no.
Yeah, he doesn't drink himself, apparently.
To redefine luxury sipping in India. Hi Badshah, I'll start with you. So the alcohol beverage space is getting quite crowded. There's a new brand being launched by the minute. What makes Shelter 6 different?
It is different. I think
Get your fucking finger out your mouth, Badshah. You're speaking on a goddamn.
He's trying to
I
shelter his
thought he
teeth.
had a toothpick in his
there are
mouth.
going to be brands. There were brands before us. There are going to be brands after us. You can't stop them. But what you can give to the market, to the consumer, to the drinker is a great tasting vodka. And that is
Yeah, dude, you're not saying anything new. So
But vodka doesn't really taste of anything unless you give it flavour.
Tito's
Yeah.
has many different brands of booze that they got with the Tito's logo, and it's all over. It's sold all over the world. I've seen Tito's in the UK.
Yeah, but is it the Tito's from Goa?
Maybe not, because there's a Tito's from Texas.
There's
I promise
an
you.
American one. I don't think it's Tito's.
There's a
from
Tito's
Goa,
brand
but
from Texas.
yeah.
I don't know what it is. So yeah, tell me.
So Merv,
Sangre.
big deals happening on Tito's lane, but outside of Tito's, these things are happening. Have a look at this.
Yeah, there.
So this is a
Galu?
in the-
चलिए कितना लोक अशा प्रकारचा प्रश्न विचारून अपमानास्पद विधान केल्याचो दावो करपी एक व्हिडिओ सोशल मीडियाचेर बरोच व्हायरल जाल्लो आपल्या वांगडा जाल्ल्या प्रकाराक लागून आपलो अनुभव कितें आशिल्लो हे त्या पर्यटक चलयेन त्या व्हिडिओन सांगिल्लें
So basically, this lady here, who's actually Indian, she's not a foreigner. She was approached by a man on the beach. I think maybe
He was
in
with his
Baga. On
friends,
Baga, it says
actually.
Baga here.
There's
Yeah.
multiple guys, I believe.
Yeah, and they approached her, and they asked her, "Kitna logi?"
How much would you take? And they got arrested for that? Are you kidding me?
But she felt threatened because there was multiple guys.
Listen,
there.
first of all, I'm not making light of this. That's wrong for them to ask her that, but you don't get arrested for that, mate. If you're dressed in a way that people potentially think that you're a hooker, you're a working girl, you're a streetwalker, and they ask you that, that's not an arrestable. You should beat the shit out of them for saying something.
What?
Like that.
She's not going to beat them up. What are you
But
talking
Joanne,
about?
but why would they get arrested for asking kitna loge? If I said to a girl that on the street that
Mervyn, she was feeling threatened by these guys, and she said that they harassed her.
then
She
you
was
should
on
get
her
arrested.
own. She was
Sexual
on her
harassment's
own.
not cool, dude. I'm not agreeing with the guys. I'm just saying it's extreme, yeah.
बहुतांश असताना एका
Oh, it's the same one. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Mo.
No, I'm saying to you, listen, you should be able to look and dress any which way you want, male, female, whatever the case may be, and not feel threatened or worried about your safety. But at the end of the day, that's a bit extreme for asking somebody, kitna logi.
No, there was plenty of sexual comments from multiple guys that were all together. She was on her own, strolling along. And, you know...
That's wrong. Then that's wrong. I agree.
horrific.
An online video, 19-year-old influencer from Mumbai harassed on Baga Beach went viral. Goa police have filed an FIR and managed to identify one of the accused person, Atendra Singh of Rajasthan, who has been taken into custody. The police are in the process of tracking the others involved. I don't know. I wasn't there.
But do you think they did this because she looked like a...
She doesn't look Indian. With the blonde hair and fucking tats across your tits.
She is...
Do you think she looks Indian, Joy?
I've actually seen a video of her where she's speaking proper Hindi, so she's Indian.
So what's the point? I don't get it, dude. She should not be harassed, first of all.
Yes.
And it makes me cringe when you have these twits from India that are on the beach that have never seen a white chick in a bikini or any tourist in a bikini, and they want to come and take pictures. I think they should get arrested. They're irritating, they're annoying, they're embarrassing. These people come from all over the world and they want to sunbathe and do their thing. I've ogled, I've stared, I've watched, I've drooled, I've done from a distance, mate.
That's why you wear your sunglasses, isn't it?
You do it in a gentlemanly manner.
In a nice way, but you don't
Really?
go up to people and say, "Can I take a
Really?
picture with you? Can I put my arm around you and try and get a feel and all cop a feel?" All this bullshit. And even if she is dressed provocatively, she should not have to feel threatened.
Never about how you're dressing.
Absolutely.
It's never about how
the
you're
point I'm
dressing.
trying to make is these guys need to be educated from rural parts of India. All your, I don't even know the names, but I'm just saying to you, you come to Goa, behave like a human. You've got fucking mothers and sisters, guys. You've got nieces. You've got people that have given birth to you. Respect the opposite and treat women like with the respect they deserve. Just because someone looks a little bit different or whatever. What if she was a foreigner? Does that make it okay? No, it doesn't.
I have a question for Joanne. Has she faced something like this while she's been in India?
Well,
I've had to try to pay for it. No, I'm just kidding.
What rubbish.
Seriously, mister.
She's my wife.
Mouth,
No, I've had to
you.
bribe her. I've had to bribe her with bottles of wine.
Seriously, rubbish. Yeah, I mean, you get people talking and staring and coming up to you and wanting photographs and things like that. And that's not really something I want to engage in. I don't want to kind of encourage that because, it's a little bit embarrassing and everyone just wants to go about their business, without actually being harassed or anything like that. So,
Sweetie, it's
I
a
don't
compliment.
like
Somebody
that
wants to
kind
come
of
and take a
stuff.
picture with you.
How did you tackle that situation?
I just say no, thank you. If someone wants to take a photograph, I say, oh, no, not thank you, I'd rather not, or whatever. I mean, I
Play
have...
this video. I want to see this video.
I was
Play
going to
this
say,
goddamn
in
video.
Tunisia, I was asked how many camels that my
Look
partner
at this
would
shit.
take.
This is what fucking annoys me. This is what embarrasses me. It makes me cringe. These twats, these twits, these idiots, they come here and they want to be Tom Cruise on the flipping beach and want to take pictures with all these chicks so they can show their friends, listen, I want to go and I got laid and I met this chick and blah, blah, blah. Guys.
I think they should put signs on the beaches or wherever tourists frequent, especially female tourists, that you should inform them.
These guys are trying to get away.
You should inform them that if they feel that they are harassed, there should be special police that they should be able to flag.
Can
and
I ask
arrest
you
these
this?
guys. Yeah.
You just made me think about it. Why don't you have tourist police out there like you have in Thailand?
Exactly.
Enforcing the rules and laws, whether it's drinking on the beach, harassing tourists. Go on.
Exactly.
There was an incident, but there was a statement made by the police saying that they don't have enough manpower to patrol.
Fuck
our
off.
beach.
That's a joke.
Oh, what
you've
the
got
heck?
the biggest population in the world. If you stop filling your pockets,
Many of them
and let people-
unemployed. Many of them unemployed. So I'm sure you
Dude.
can get people in this position too.
You want me to get into this? And this is something else I'm very passionate about. If you go anywhere around the world to a tourist destination, you can visibly see tourist police. Go to Thailand, you'll feel
Yeah.
so safe. At every corner, you've got tourist
Yeah.
police, and tourists actually feel safe, and they want to come back because they feel safe.
Absolutely.
I've seen as a local, I've been here for many years, I've seen cops on the beach. But why do people still break the rules and do all this bullshit and drink on the beach and smash bottles and behave like dickheads on the beach? Right? Why should you be allowed to harass somebody else who's just there to chill out? And it's not a line like you want to have a drink and I buy you a beer, whatever. You want to come and take pictures, you want to touch, you want to do all this. Did you mention that you were in Tunisia and somebody asked you how many camels?
Yeah, how many camels? Yeah, I mean, that's just like a silly
Don't only
joke.
take camels, would you take some goats?
No, it was about the camels.
I got a couple of dogs I'll give you.
Valuable, no?
Yeah, man. That's a compliment.
Well,
It
how
is a
many
compliment.
camels would you accept for this woman kind of thing?
Listen, she's my wife. I don't do camels, but if you can pay me in cold, hard currency.
At least they're dealing with camels. What do they deal with in Baga Beach?
I'm joking. This has happened. This is not the first time I've seen this happen all the time, and it still makes me cringe. This place should be a tourist destination where people can come and feel safe and enjoy themselves and not have to be, what is the word, creeped out?
Well, harassed, yeah. I mean,
You've had it happen to you and your friends and all this kind of stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's just not nice, and it's just really, really embarrassing. And we've all seen it when you see guys walking up and down the beach fully clothed with their mobile phone out, videoing people. I mean, what the heck is that about?
And sad to say, I'm not defending this, but I'm saying these guys are so innocent. They have never seen this before.
They're so
they don't mean
innocent.
anything.
How
They
do
don't-
you know?
I'm saying they've never seen anything better, dude. They've never seen anything like it.
Then
so.
they better catch up and real soon. Otherwise, piss off.
The digital age of the internet. Bring India into the 21st century, guys.
Exactly.
I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm coughing on the air, and I'm really apologizing in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, the show's been a little bit different. I've been coughing because we're both, Willie and myself, are competing in a coughing contest, and we've been coughing all show. So.
You are winning today.
No,
For
but
that, I
who's
apologize.
winning? Who's winning in the chess championships?
Oh, FIDE. We talk about this.
Yeah. I
FIDE.
just wanted to say there's about 11 days left of the
By the way,
tournament.
what does FIDE mean? Stand for. Give me the acronym. What is it?
Federation Internationale de La Chess.
La 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 chess.
La 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 chess.
So I
You're
don't
from
know whether,
Marvel, no? Marvel colony mare to mirata.
Where?
Sang, sorry.
But apparently, I don't know whether we really went into
It's
this
a one-legged
before.
chess player.
But essentially, there's $2 million of prize money up for grabs. So there's actually still some strong competition from India still there in the tournament. So there's the second seed. He's still in the tournament. So Arjun Irigaisi.
Coulda.
How do you say it?
Irigaisi.
Arjun Irigaisi.
He's not Indian. I don't know where he's from.
No, he is.
Is he Indian?
He's still, yeah, he's still in
Irigaisi
the
is not an
tournament.
Indian name, is it? Arjun's an Indian name.
Yeah, so he's still in the
it's a
tournament.
unique
He's
name.
seeded number 2.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so he's still there in the tournament, but I think the whole tournament's been really. He's in the quarterfinals, but I think because we'd also reported before that a lot of the top seeds had already been knocked out quite early, so it's making for a really unpredictable tournament. So a lot of these guys are looking to be able to qualify for the 2026 candidates tournament. So winner, runner-up, and third place will qualify for this 2026 candidates tournament. So there's a lot of key focus on it.
I think
But
that's
it's good
brilliant.
to know that it's here and go. I mean, I have to say I had to do an AI search on this because all of the research on it, it's just really hard to follow it because it's showing you all the chess moves. And unless you're a real big chess fan, it's really, really hard to
I got a question, Marvin
yes,
and
sir.
Joe.
Yes, Mr.
If you guys were to play a chess match between each other, who
Conrad.
would win?
Me and who?
You and Joanne.
I'd spank her, dude.
Why
am I seeing this on the screen?
Why
I don't
would
want to see
you?
FIDE anymore. By the way, before I go any further,
Why
I'm not
would
making any
you?
joke.
Hello, why
Have you ever
would
played
you?
chess, by the way? Do you know
Yes,
how to play
of course
chess?
I have.
Man, I'm not a grandmaster, but I'm a kung fu fighter. Let me say this to you
All
really
right,
quickly. I
Paul
want to send a
Douglas.
shout out to
Paul
Pradeep
Douglas.
Gankar. Pradeep Gaonkar, whose son, speaking of chess, his son Prayank Gaonkar clinches the silver at the 2025 Commonwealth Chess Championship in Malaysia, held from the 8th to the 17th of November 25.
Wow. So
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, India's rising chess prodigy Prayank Gaonkar delivered a stellar performance at the Commonwealth Chess Championship in 2025, held from 8th to the 17th, securing the silver medal in the under 8 category.
Under 8?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
With an impressive 6.5 out of 9, marking a remarkable second place finish. Give him a round of applause.
Good job.
This is Pradeep. Yeah, Pradeep Gaonkar's son, Prayank Gaonkar.
He could give you a few lessons, Mervyn, I'm sure.
I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could, but there's another Indian and a Goan more important than Indian. No, I shouldn't say that.
No, we should be proud of Goa as well.
him, that's
We want our Goans to do
Gaonkar
well and compete with the rest of India. So definitely be proud of it.
These tournaments, it's a shame because they've just been happening. It's been happening for many days here in Goa, and they weren't better promoted. Now it annoys me. And I've said this numerous times, there's so many nice things that are happening here in our own backyard that we don't know about. And if more people knew about them, there'd be a bigger success, a larger success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why aren't they being promoted? Maybe when I start growing hair. Ajay, listen, I'm getting tired, dude. I'm getting hungry.
Oh, it's that time, huh?
It's always the excuse of
No,
getting
I'm
hungry.
hungry. No, I'm being serious. Can we end on something fun, something funny?
I can go back to that fart joke if you want.
No, I'm not doing it. Okay, no, then I'm going to end it here.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Merv Britto Show. I've mentioned the website. We've got a website, www.themervbrittoshow.com. You can catch up on previous episodes. Basically, what we're about is a show that we broadcast every Sunday live. There's no editing. There's no redos, retakes, any of the BS that people do to put out like a polished show.
Mervyn,
obviously, as you can. What is
who
this?
would put that tie and that shirt together? That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yusuf.
Only
Where's
Yusuf
that
would put that
fat
shirt
belly?
and that tie
I like
together.
the shirt.
That's terrible.
I like the shirt.
Well, what's the tie there for? How ridiculous
Yeah, why would
is
you have a
that?
tie with that shirt? This is not. That is my face, by the way. That's not. I don't own a shirt like that.
He's just got someone poked him in the eye. He's not even winking.
Yusuf Mataji, you big fat. I'm going to call him all kinds of names because he's not here. He's not in the office. I'm sure he's listening. Yusuf, you've got a belly like a football, you fat bastard. Why would you put that shirt on me? Last week he made my forehead look like a flipping film screen. What is it called? A cinema screen. Film screen.
I like it, man. I like it.
I can't change my looks. That's the looks that I was born with. Anyway, it's a good laugh. We have a good time. We don't take ourselves seriously.
You want to tell your viewers about how they can view it live from the website?
No, I want you to explain that.
Yeah, so basically,
get off your lazy ass and do something.
You're the host, Mare. Anyways, I'll do your job for you. No worries.
Thank you, sir.
So basically, we are on the go to the mervbrittoshow.com, and when we are live, you will see either this image right on top, the header image, or this one here, the episode image, and you can click on this to view us live.
Scroll down. I want to see a couple of the other episodes. Let me see if I still look funny in all the fucking episodes.
You look funny every day.
Yusuf he does this on purpose just to get a. Can you please go back to the website, my friend?
He's on the website.
We are on the website.
Okay, scroll down.
Yes.
Scroll down. See, look at my forehead in episode number. What is that? On the 9th of November. Look at this. My forehead's not that big, is it, sweetie? Scroll down.
Yeah, that was better than the image.
Why do you keep clicking the goddamn episodes? Go back. Look at that.
Yeah, we
Omkar.
See, we're giving you more brains.
Yeah.
Neil, I'll fucking come there and slap you. Don't you dare say yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Stop
yes.
dropping the F-bombs, will you?
Sorry.
Please. We've
Take it
got
back.
kids that
Albert
listen.
Einstein, everyone had a broad forehead, all this.
Okay, then now you're forgiven. I love you, Neil. Good answer. My mom always said hair doesn't grow on brains. Mrs. Thelma Britto, I love you. I miss you so much. I think about you all the time. And that's the only reason I don't take offense to the fact that I'm bald. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't do anything about it. But as my mama always said, hair don't grow on brains. We have come to the end of another episode, and I genuinely thank you for joining us. For those of you who have called in, who have messaged in, who have sent us these lovely messages. We didn't do the segment today about messages.
My bad.
We'll do it next week.
Next week, for sure.
Joanne, we're going to end the show.
Any comments, guys, that
Willie?
you wanted to mention from anyone? That's
No,
been
we
tuning
haven't got
in?
any engagement today. Can you believe it?
What?
I'm going to say this one last
Didn't
thing
need
before
to
we go.
admit that on air, though, actually.
He's not very
We
smart.
broke
He's
records
Just
not-
say
last
there's
week.
so
I'm just-
many where we're too busy to go through them.
I gotta say to Willie, you're doing a phenomenal job. Everything's working really, really well. I thank you for correcting all the issues that we continue to have. This is still a show and it's a work in progress. But
This is still a show?
this is a show that and a work in progress is what I meant. You guys want to take the mic
We're
out of
just
me?
lucky
Listen,
to
mate,
still be on
don't
air.
सोने वाला शेर का के अंदर उंगली मत डालो. समझा ना? We will be back here next Sunday live at 6 p.m. on the same channel, the same bat channel. What am I trying
Bad
to say?
shape?
No.
He's
Bat
confused
channel.
between Badshah and
Being our bad selves next week, yes?
They used to say the bat channel, same time on the same bat channel, whatever. You've been tuned into the Merv Britto Show. We've had a laugh. We've had a good time trying to entertain you. As always, leave us a comment, leave us a like, tell somebody about us, share it. If you like what we do, we love your support. These are all the social media handles online. And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in. We will see you next Sunday live at 6 p.m. only on the Merv Britto Show. Have a great week. Have a great what?
Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Don't do drugs.
Oh my God, he's
What,
become
why
like
are
a
you so
fucking all of a
obsessed with
sudden,
drugs
don't
all
do
of a
drugs, don't
sudden?
do
What's
drugs.
happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Merv Britto, and until next week, out.